Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am doing a little bit of better pressing. So I actually did a lot of the more BetterPress Christmas collection crafting in one session, but I'm going to split it up into a couple different videos because there are some pretty distinct techniques that I did, and so I want to just keep each video focused on that particular technique. In this one, I decided to try to do some ombre inking. It really helped me to pull out all of my BetterPress ink colors that I currently have, and after this crafty session, I have definitely decided that I want to check out the other ones that have released because I don't have them all, and the next time there's a Spellbinders sale, I'm definitely going to add some more inks to my cart because I want to extend the color range that I have to do more of this ombre inking. It worked out so perfectly, and this particular press plate is really well suited to this technique. It's the Season's Greetings Evergreens press, and it's got just this beautiful forest row of trees, evergreen pine trees, and it's just gorgeous. And it's one of those press plate designs where it's kind of a silhouette plate. You don't really need to do coloring, but one way to add some interesting color is to do this ombre technique. So I'm going in with a lighter color, and in the same sort of color family, I'm going to go in with a darker color from the opposite end. And with that lighter color, I made sure to ink past, the halfway mark so that there would be a little bit of overlap between the two colors in the center to hopefully give me a little bit of that ombre effect as opposed to like a very definitive line where the two colors meet. And the reason why I like to go light first and then dark is so that when the dark ink pad crosses over into a little bit of that lighter ink, the dark ink is going to absorb that light ink and it's not going to really stain your ink pad too badly or affect the next time you go to ink up. If you went the opposite direction where you inked up dark and you went past the midway point and then you swiped into it with your lighter ink pad, you're going to pick up more of the dark ink and it's going to be visible on your ink pad. It's probably not going to have a long lasting effect, but the next time you stamp, you might see a little bit more of a change in color where your lighter ink pad has picked up some of that darker ink. So that's the reason why I go light first and then dark. But in any case, once you re-ink that ink pad, it's not going to be an issue, and long term it won't be an issue either. But I really love this effect because, especially with a press plate design like this, where you don't really need to do any coloring, but this is a neat way to actually add some coloring that keeps the whole process still pretty easy, still pretty fast, which I think for the holidays, I love that Spellbinders came out with a lot of different Christmas press plates because for a lot of people, if you're like me anyways, you make a lot of holiday cards to send out, and if you sell cards, I'm sure the holidays are a big time of year to sell a lot of cards too. So if you find the need to actually make a lot of cards for the holidays, this using the BetterPress collection is a really great way to really crank out these cards. And this ombre ink effect just takes it up an extra level. I think it makes it a little bit even more unique because the BetterPress itself is already pretty cool in that crispness of the design that you get, the sharpness of it, the debossed design, and of course that cotton cardstock is just when you hold it, it just feels very substantial. It feels very luxurious, and it's just really nice. It just speaks to quality. And so this is a great way to make a special card, but it doesn't really add too much extra time to the process. And I'm inking up several panels, and I would definitely advise, I didn't do it because I just forgot, but I would definitely advise inking up and pressing the sentiment at the same time as the design. I was just so fixated on trying out this ombre technique, and then once I got it to work the one time, I just wanted to do it over and over again, and I totally forgot about adding the sentiment. If you put the sentiment and you press it at the same time as the design, it's going to be even faster of a process. I just made it a lot more work for myself, and but that's okay, because that's just sometimes what happens in the excitement of trying new things. And what I'll do to finish these cards, again, keeping it pretty simple, is I'm just going to trim down these panels and add a solid color cardstock matte layer underneath it. I haven't actually checked for sure all of the colors that I have, but I do know that the darker blue that I used, the ink color is Cosmic Sky, and there's a cardstock of the same name. Because as I was going through and finding coordinating cardstock to mat these panels with, I pulled out that dark blue one without noticing the names, and then realized afterwards that the ink is the same name. So I'm guessing that's not by accident, and my speculation is that probably all of the inks are named to match or coordinate with the solid color cardstock line that Spellbinders has, which makes doing stuff like this really easy, because then you already know what color cardstock to use if you wanted to add some mats and layers like I'm doing here. And the other thing that I wanted to point out also was that in one of my previous videos, I had a viewer comment and ask me if I had ever tried the Crane's Electra Fluorescent White 100% cotton card, because that's what I'm using here, is the Crane's Electra card 100% cotton card, because it's just more affordable and I can get it on Amazon, and I don't mind doing a lot of experimentation and going through that cardstock. But here's a look at the two: fluorescent white versus the pearl white. One is just very bright white. That's the one on the top, the one on the right. And the other is just a little bit more ivory. I thought the blue would be good to show the two, because one is a little bit more cool tone and one's a little bit more warm, but with the browns, I used the pearl white for both of them. I am really excited about this ombre inking technique. I hope you'll give it a go. I definitely now want to go get some more ink colors just so that I can extend the color range of BetterPress inks that I have and try out some more different ombres. You could definitely go from one color into a totally different color. For now, I'm just sticking to the same color families, but I think I will eventually want to be adventurous and try some more different combinations. Thanks so much for joining me on this one, and I'll leave links to everything in the description box below in case you want to check it out. And until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.